Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshయం Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has is 5 phase, Ishana Murti has is 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, and Nityananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Surya Vamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nityananda Jnanapaddhati for the power of will to change. Let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita decoded, Bhagavan Satsang.
Bhagavan, what spiritual practice I should do? He says, do Atma Vichara, self-enquiry. Start searching, who am I? After a few days he comes back and says, it is very difficult, can I do meditation? Bhagavan says, all right, do it. After a week he comes back and says, meditation also very difficult, can I do some stotra and japa? He says, all right, do. After a few days he comes back. Japa also very difficult. Can I do some puja? He says, all right, do. After a few days he comes back. Puja also very difficult. Can I start going only to temple and come back? Then Bhagavan says, all right, do what you want. They do not want to close the doors for anybody. Please understand, they are giving option for everybody. Here this fourth sloka also is giving option for everybody. You need to have tremendous spontaneity to understand this. Only with spontaneity you will be able to handle these four instructions. For example, when you are in the mood of not meditating, if you don't feel like meditating, you are in a very low mood, then don't try to sit in a room with closed doors. Don't try to fight with yourself. Just come out, come to the temple, spend some time freely walking, moving around. It will relax you. Then you can enter into meditation. And if you are not able to do that also, take something else. Do something which gives you a really relaxed mood, which makes you feel relaxed. Then you can enter. Here he tries to give you step-by-step instruction to the ultimate, last step. Last step is just being in that consciousness, bliss. But because you can't do that, don't stop altogether. At least do something. I have seen people who will speak about meditation, speak about Atma Sadhana, all these things, but when it comes to practice, thinking of doing meditation, they will stop all this puja, rituals, everything. In the end, they will not do the meditation also. Because I don't have enough time, Swamiji. My mind is not concentrated, Swamiji. I am not able to sit quietly, Swamiji. First they will drop all these things in the name of meditation. Then they will drop the meditation also because of some reason. Then neither this nor that. Krishna doesn't want that to happen to us. You need spontaneity to decide what to do at that moment. Whenever I utter the word spontaneity, I always remember this one story. This really happened. It is not just a story. It's not just a story. It really happened. In my native place, it was a small village. Now it has become a little like a district headquarters, town. In those days it was a small village. They used to recite Mahabharata. Mahabharata every year. Every year in that corner of that village. In India, every traditional village will have this recitation of Mahabharata. Once in a year. They trust, they believe that if you recite Mahabharata, rain will come. So because of that, they have the habit of reciting Mahabharata. In North India, Bhagavata. In North they recite Bhagavata. In South India, Mahabharata recitation or Ramayana. My village they used to recite Mahabharata once in a year for 60 days. In daytime they will tell the story. They will recite the story. Night time a small drama. Village drama. Not organized, trained, arranged people. In that village itself, 4 people will take some role and they will play the drama. More than a drama, the mistakes which they do will be funny. So people all will sit and gather. People all will gather and sit and watch. Not for the drama's sake. The mistakes which they do will be really funny. Because what comes as Veena for Saraswati, same thing will come as Gada for Arjuna. For Hanuman. Hanuman will bring the same thing as Gadayudham. Next day, Saraswati will bring the same thing as Veena. It will be really funny. And 4 or 5 people only will play all the role. And Krishna will be some 80-year-old man with one stick in a hand, and he will not be even able to walk. With the help of somebody he will come and, oh Arjuna, stand up. By that time he says, Arjuna, stand up, he will fall. And it will be really funny to watch the whole drama. All the mistakes they do. And I used to go and attend that drama every night. And only male can participate as a ritual. It's done as a ritual also. The people who participate, they have to wear the sacred thread in the hand, and it is done as a ritual. They will have to recite all those poems completely, and they have to do. Only male participate in the rituals. That day, the scene is supposed to be the Vastrabharana, Draupadi Vastrabharana. That removing the clothes, sari from Draupadi. Trying to pull the sari from Draupadi. That is the scene. And this guy, he had all the makeup and decoration. And 7 thin saris he was wearing. According to the scene, the Duchadana is supposed to pull till 6th sari. And by the time it comes to 6th sari, he has to act as if he has become tired and he is falling, and he has to do some drama and fall. Then Krishna will appear. And actually the moment Duchadana is about to fall, Draupadi will shout, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna will appear. Because I am remembering the whole scene. And Krishna will appear. Suddenly what happened when the scene started, the Duryodhana forgot the count. He forgot the count. Total 7 saree. He is supposed to pull 6 saree. By 6th saree he should fall. Once he falls, Draupadi will call Krishna, Krishna. Then Krishna will jump in the stage. This is the scene. And this guy somehow he forgot the number, counting. And he started pulling the 7th saree also. He started pulling the 7th saree also. And this Draupadi, she is trying to show through eyes, hey, it's 7th saree, 7th saree. But this guy is not understanding. He thought that Draupadi is acting nicely, so he is pulling. Then suddenly, Draupadi started beating Duryodhana directly. Hey, leave my saree. Hey, leave my saree. It's my saree, it's my saree. Straight away, Draupadi attacks Duryodhana. And they are all surprised. Morning the story says different. Now evening drama says something different. And straight away he is attacking. Actually by the 6th saree, Duryodhana is supposed to fall. And Draupadi should cry Krishna, Krishna. Krishna should jump into the stage. And Krishna is waiting behind the screen with beedi. And he is waiting for the call to jump into the stage. With beedi standing behind the stage. And he is waiting for Draupadi to call. And Draupadi is shouting, hey Duryodhana, leave my saree. And hey Duryodhana, leave my saree. So Krishna is thinking still the scene is going on. Till the 6th saree is not over. He is thinking standing there smoking the beedi. And this fellow, without understanding, finally, he got, and moreover Draupadi kicked him also. So he got so much angry, he just pulled the saree completely. Suddenly we saw in the stage with a half female decoration and with a dryer, this guy is standing. Below male, above female. All makeup, female makeup. The long hair and the face with female makeup and female dress, above female dress and below male dress. This guy is standing in the stage. And somehow this guy is little spontaneous. Suddenly he turned. Krishna, just because you can't come, you made me as male and saved my life. You converted me into male and saved my prestige. This guy is a spontaneous guy. He manages the whole situation because he has to manage the mistake done by Duryodhana and the mistake done by Krishna because he has not appeared on the stage. He is supposed to appear and still he is waiting with his beedi for the call. And you will miss life. Miss life miserably. Please be very clear. The very quality of life is it updates itself. It can be called as intelligence only as long as it updates itself. When it stops updating itself, it is called intellect. It can be no more called as intelligence. Intelligence is living energy. In Sanskrit we have a word called di. Di means which is alive. In Sanskrit the word for intelligence is di. Di is an energy which is alive, which continuously updates itself. Only if you don't have vested interests in your past, the decisions of your past, or the way in which your past is lived, the way in which you lived your past life, only then you will be able to be spontaneous. Spontaneity is one of the great spiritual quality. One person, I was speaking
Bhagavan beautifully says how spontaneity is the life very quality, that we are alive and life is constantly updating itself. With that powerful cognition, let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana, Shiva Sutra 1.13. Icha Shakti, Ruma Kumari. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, his will is the energy of Shiva and it is called Uma, the independent power of Paramashiva, and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. So beautifully, Bhagavan explained with a very beautiful story of how spontaneity is our very core of how we exist. If without the spontaneity, we are constantly being in the space of our will arrogance and continuously thinking that we can plan, we can do anything by our identity. There is a big ego clash with the identity than spontaneity. The villagers who has not been educated, Bhagavan always says, they are easy to manifest, make them manifest than a city person. He says, if you go to education, it's like your whole cloth is weaved and I have to pull each and every thread out to make you back to who you are. To that extent, we are given that project planning, project idea, group meetings, all kinds of things, how we exist is completely chaotic way of existence, which we think very organized. Beautifully, Bhagavan says how being spontaneous and manifesting the reality is the ultimate way of existence. Planning for everything is chaos. He says, at least for some, don't plan so that God can manifest through you. Bhagavan beautifully says, don't plan everything so that He has some place for manifesting through you. If we do not live spontaneous and always we are going by the whatever we learnt by only the five senses as our reality, we are in a very deep delusion that we can save ourselves. Nothing in this world can save ourselves. Is the ultimate reality that Bhagavan is giving us. The only thing being spontaneous is from the space of Paramashiva manifesting. That is why spontaneity is very important, how we exist. Again and again, he reiterates, he says very beautifully, responsibility is nothing but responding to a moment spontaneously. That is responsibility. Unfortunately, humanity has lost the word responsibility to work, get stressed, and completely run away from responsibility because they do not believe that spontaneity can manifest reality. They've lost the science. They're stuck with that, if I don't know, I can never survive. And here, Bhagavan beautifully says how the villagers lived and how even though the simple act of a village drama, they were highly spontaneous and bringing out that beautiful space of Bhagavan, how he could even change the gender and bringing out a classic detail about how he is just surrendering to Krishna and for anything to become a reality. The ultimate space, ultimate context, and spontaneous only can bring into that level of clarity. If we are going by only our what we know, then the evolvement of world will never happen. Even Ramanuja, he said, I don't know the difference between Namagiri God and mathematics. Only if I meditate on her, she tells me what it is and I just go and write it out. He has nothing to do with Max, he says. After the prodigy on Max, or after being the prodigy in Max, same way Einstein, Newton, all of them says it's just got downloaded and it's just spontaneously giving us result. That is the reason why we have had breakthroughs. The breakthroughs itself says that it is not normal way of thinking. It is something out of the box. The box is only our own idea, a frame that we are stuck with. Whenever we go out of the frame, then the life happens for us. Very powerful cognition Bhagavan has given how Paramashiva energy manifests as Para Shakti, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. With this powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana is from Sai Satcharitra, chapter 11, Baba's control over the elements. This is for the power of will, changing the taste of the liquid. Sai Baba stopped the rain and storm. Baba controlled over element. One evening, once at evening times, there was a terrible storm at Shirdi. The sky was overcast with thick black clouds. The wind began to blow forcibly. The cloud roared and lightning began to flash. The rain began to descend, the torrent. In short time, the whole place was flooded with water, and the creatures, birds, beasts, men, got terribly frightened, and they were all flocked to masjid and the temple for shelter. They all prayed to Baba, their God, who was fond of their devotion, to intercede and quell the storm. Baba was so much moved, he came out and standing at the edge of the masjid and temple, addressed the storm in the loud and thundering voice. Stop, stop your fury and be calm. In the few minutes, the rain subsides, the wind ceased to blow, and the storms came to stop. Then the moon rose in the sky, and the people went back home, were pleased. Such was the power over nature, just by in the spontaneous space, just he manifested the reality. Now let's go to Atma Pramana. Let's go to Atma Pramana.
See, the permutation combination of this 5 state leads to another 25 state. That's different. But these 5 are the basic unit states of consciousness. Your concept of life, death, sex, wealth, purpose of life, goal of life, methodology of life, everything changes based on the state you start celebrating your existence. If you celebrate the dream state of you as the best way of existence, then more and more you will get addicted to pornography, drugs, this delusion-inducing lifestyle. You will get more and more addicted to delusion-inducing products, goods, services, pornography and drugs. Don't think it's a coincidence that both of them are always together. It's not coincidence. Both of them are dream-inducing. Both of them induce the same kind of taste and state in you. That's why the drugs and porn are very closely associated. The state you enjoy decides. The state you enjoy decides the products, the lifestyle, the purpose, the goal, all this you are going to entertain, engage in your life. Person who enjoys
is dream state or deep sleep state can never tolerate neem juice or castor oil. If you start enjoying neem juice and castor oil every day, your body will never let you waste your life in dream state or deep sleep state. You will have deep sleep, the number of hours you need to keep yourself healthy. Maybe maximum 2 or 3 hours only deep sleep you need. Another 2-3 hours dream state you need to keep yourself healthy. Cope up with the reality and all 5 states of consciousness. If you take regularly these few herbs, Adimaduram, malic acid, castor oil, neem juice, you don't even need 3-4 hours of dream state. I tell you. Especially this Adimaduram, malic acid and all rebuilds your muscles so powerfully. Your nervous system will be so alive. You will never need hours of dream state to keep yourself fit, healthy, awake. I insist at least all my disciples to add these few items in your food directly or indirectly. Even if you can't take neem juice, you are feeling, take neem tablets. The neem tablets are available, very organic. Neem tablets are available all over the world. Take 2 tablets. That is okay. That is enough. You will see that the quality of your consciousness starts raising. Understand, the food is directly responsible for the quality of your consciousness. I am working in a large scale, organizing all the ancient scriptures my gurus taught me on this alchemy science. I am already planning. Hindus have a great thing to contribute to the humanity. The alchemy science of states of consciousness is unique to Hindus and Hindu tradition. Just by the herbs, the higher states of consciousness is induced in you. Not like drugs, no. Through the pure meditation and herbs, the highest states of consciousness is induced, and whatever you see in that state of consciousness will be directly manifesting in you as powers.
Shakshi Pramana to manifest the power of will, changing the taste of the liquid. Here we have Maria. Dheera and Maria played with the powers of decreasing the size of the body part to half an inch. Maria left foot at first increased and then decreased by 3/4 of an inch. Maria also had a lot of big toe pain from her cut of hiking. By the end of the exercise, the pain completely gone away. Thank you, Swamiji. Yesterday we were playing with the taste of water to salty, bitter to sweet. Dheera's water became bitter than sweet. Maria's water became sweet both times. Such a beautiful sharing that we have. All the Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world who have experienced all these great powers, and they are enriching and causing others to experience the same. Now let's go to the instruction for manifesting the powers and the
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state.
Now the Kenopanishad is taking it to the next level. Declaration, not prayer. Me, my ability to will. Understand? Just like you have various abilities, ability to see, ability to use your hands, ability to use your legs, ability to listen, ability to think, you have something called ability to will. The ability to will integrates all your abilities. The ability to will is the spiritual umbilical cord connection with cosmos. Understand, other than God, no one can will. When we are told only God's will be done, means actually no one else can have will. Only God can have will. If you are having the power to will, you are connected to God, you are part of God, you are Him. Understand? Power to will is umbilical cord connection with God. Our umbilical cord connection with God is our power to will. If you will, no one can deny it. Even God cannot deny it, because your will is bestowed on you by God.
The signs of power of will. The signs of power of will. Science say that eye color is a character determined by two distinct factors: the pigmentation of the eye's iris and the frequency dependence of the scattering of light. In humans, the pigmentation of the iris varies from light brown to black, depending on the concentration of melanin in the iris, which is determined by our DNA. The appearance of blue and green, as well as hazel eyes, result from the Tyndall scattering of light. Eye color varies depending on the lighting conditions, especially for lighter colored eyes. Epigenetics is a study of heritable changes that do not involve DNA sequence, but DNA expression alterations. DNA, methylation, histone, acetylation. These alterations are triggered by different factors, such as nutrition, behavior, physical activity, working habits, smoking, and alcohol consumption. Stress meaning the very quality of our state of consciousness. Health is your nature. You don't need to create it. You just need to remember it. Then the epigenome starts to realign itself. From the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam. Consciousness alters your DNA.
The epigenetics. They have done so much of research on this field, on this epigenome. Epigenome is a protein particle responsible for your genes and all the happenings based on genes. Please understand, we are always taught genes are responsible for our diseases. No, it's not true. Even your DNA is not responsible. The quality of your consciousness is responsible. The quality of consciousness can directly change DNA. Asan Church very beautifully proves even the persistent diseases handed over to you by the previous generations, like cancer, sugar, blood pressure, heart diseases, even they can be just altered, changed, transformed by the quality of your consciousness. Another research proves only 35% of your DNA is responsible, only 35%, for what you are, who you are, how you are, and all the major factors like your longevity, disease, health and everything. Only 35%. The science of epigenetics and the epigenome opens a new door to the great truths declared by Patanjali and Swatmarama. Patanjali in Raja Yoga Sutras and Swatmarama in Hatha Yoga Sutras. Shiva Sutras says very clearly, the man who is in perfect health just by his Nisangalpa, means the intentionless consciousness, can transmit that to a human being or any being.
Set up the objects which are required. Camera with a timestamp, Jnananjan if you have, a glass of liquid, it can be water, milk, neem juice, some salt, some sweet to add, jaggery to add to the liquid to change the taste. Make sure the camera is set up. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you where you're manifesting the power. If you have a partner, make sure your partner is also seen in the camera. Take 2 minutes to set the camera up to capture the most exciting moment. Power of changing the taste for others. Make sure you make the other person understand what you're going to do for them. Make sure all the items are ready. Now step 1, start the video recording. If you have Jnananjan, apply the Jnananjan between your eyebrows. Third, step 3, visualize Swamiji and bring awareness in between your eyebrows. Step 4, get a partner and have them put a glass of liquid in front of them. Step 5, gaze intensely at the object in front of them without touching. Step 6, through the power of the will, changing the taste of the liquid. The taste should go from either sweet to salt or salt to sweet, bitter to sour. Any of the change in the taste, please make a note. Step 7, have the partner confirm the change of the taste. Step 8, verify and share your videos with others and listen to others' experience and manifestation. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen.
machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, Whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever. Whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea-based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed. like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om
नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम्। ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम्। 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process for changing the taste for other person. First, step 1, verify that no video editing is done on Shakshi Pramana videos. Step 2, make sure video is not stopped or restarted in the process of manifestation. Step 3, make sure all the videos are verified with the timestamp. Step 4, all the videos should have the wide angle view. Step 5, make sure not to touch the object or any part of the manifestation items. Step 6, make sure you do not tamper with the liquid or the solid which is in front of you by adding any item. Make sure the partner also understands these before you start the process of verification. Thank you for manifesting the powers. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnanapaddhati, Nityananda Jnanapaddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham